Lab 11, VectorGrid game. In this lab, you will learn more about vectors by playing a game. VectorGrid, let's start from here at its basic level. When you start, this is what you will see. We have all these squares. Each squares represent a vector. And it kind of think about it as a wind pushing this, and then so you are able to set each row with different vectors over these setting up. A, B, C, D, E are the columns, so you can set columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can set rows. Every time you can add a vector to a row. Remember, to either an entire row or entire column, but you cannot just point to a cell, and that's supposed to be the feature of this game. We're not playing the game, but we are trying to learn the basics of the game, and by learning the vectors. Vectors has directions and magnitude. So this is where you set magnitude and direction. For example, if you want to set the first row have the 100 magnitude, so you click number 1, so here, and then you want to set the first row, and then you put 100. So let's see, so the angle or the direction of the vector is specified by in a 360-degree coordinate system. You could say then 0 to 300. So then, most familiar is you say, well, on the first row I want to be 90 degree. So you put 90. Then add to the first row, you see, boom, that's 90 degree. So, and then you can add more to this, and then you click add again, then it will be more. Now with 90 degree, if you add on top of this vector another vector, say add a 100 and add a little bit, say 50, and then in this case you want to add a 45 degree. So it's a 45 degree. So that's actually sideways. Then you will see the add on top of it. It's not reset. You see? So that was twice 100 going that, but you add a 45 degree vector, the add on top of it, so this vector changes. So that's the beauty. So if you add more and on 45 degree, boom. So now if you add 180 degree, which means simply to the left, and add another 100 magnitude, and it will go the other way, and so on. So then that's how you can add. So the first step of this, so that's just play with this, you add a vector. So now if you want to add a second row, so say 135, now so 100 with magnitude, and to 135, and 135, but to the second column, and it will be basically to the northwest direction. Watch. On second row, that's the northwest direction. So, but you can add more, and then that's it. So now if you add this to 45 degree, so 45 degree, then it will be to the northeast direction, and then add another northeast direction, and it's straight up. So it adding to the, so now, and you can play with this. Basically, that's what you do. And we have cannons here to shoot out the bullets. So you can choose different cannons over here. Blue one, you see there's a little ball come up, You see that? Whoa. And you see, and these are the vectors are forces. It's like a wind blowing things around. So then you come here, and when you see a big wind, it will blow it to the top. And then they can shoot the red one. You choose the red cannon, shooting from the top. See, when the ball come out and then wind go, possibly you blow that way. Watch. And the red come out. Whoa! See, that's the force. That's the game. Of course, the game would like to how to hit the balls, and then, well, if you're interested, you can keep playing. But here in this lab, all we need to familiar with the setup. Important is how do you familiar with the vectors, and how do you specify a vector, how do you add on top of a vector, and how do you do things. All right, so just play with this for a while. So back to here, these are what we are set, short buttons and all these, and you can set important the magnitude and angle as setting over here. And now here are specific tasks after you've getting familiar with this setup, and then you can go to the complete task one by one. The first thing to complete, when you complete and you take a little video and insert the video here. Insert the screenshot and take a video and insert the video to here. Basically you do first reduce the starting row of vector to 0. So that's the first task. Okay. What does that mean? When the game start, it by default start a row of vector. You want to reduce to 0? There's a trick. How do you reduce to 0? By adding the opposite vector. So if you go in on the top, you add a vector to the bottom, it will cancel it. But then that boils down to you have to know how strong that is and which direction that is. So you need to play a trick to keep on adding. So first task, reducing the starting row vector to 0. So reducing the starting vector to 0, I mean this column. But now let's just as well start a new game. So let's do the easy and start new game. So that's the and we will remove all that by adding to the opposite. The idea to do that is to know the angle. So sort of like 135, and so you just say 135, but it's negative. So it's like 135, and you add a factor and it's negative, and then you do that. You add. Oh, you should add to this part. Then you do positive, and then will be. I'm not doing this. So that's number 3, reducing that to 0. So starting vector. So now if you put, I guess it's 135, but you're not sure. So you do, boom. Oh, almost 0. So that's good enough. So it's gone. And then what do? You take a snapshot. You take a snapshot like I would do. Take a snapshot of, you see, you did. That's good enough. But basically, we didn't exactly cancel it. But if you get to that, it's good enough. But you cannot have anything left on the screen. So you say, well, it was like this. So you cut this, and then you go back to your Word document. See, you reduce those rows to 0, and you go back to your Word document and paste it back. Paste in here. See, I have done that. So I paste that to here. Basically, I know you can do even better than me. So once you have that reduced to 0, you can delete the one I have. So you probably don't need that anymore. So you reduce that to 0. So that's A is done. Basically, once again, you want to do. Now let's do it one more time, and I will not. So this is the basic trick. I will do one more time and see if you do. So this is once again. Let's just start a new game, because this is essential. You want to, and then here. So it start a new game, and then you have this row. You want to reduce that game, but sometimes you want to add a negative, but you don't know what to do. And then what you actually have to do is try to prepare the vector on one side so that you write down what angle you have. That's in the process you actually learn how the vectors are specified. So let's prepare the same. The goal is to remove this A column to be 0. So but here I will prepare that just exactly the same, do this. So then I would say, first you guess how many degree is this A. So I would say 1, so now it's not 135, and that's what I put here. I will address column B first, right? So 135, so now 135, let me try 100. Okay, the maximum is 100, so I just 100. So that's not 135, I think it's 150, 150. See if it's in the same direction, but on the B. See, do you think? No, yes, it's a little bit less, should be a little more, it's more than 150. So then immediately you will put a negative sign on that, and you add this, it will be gone. So now let me try to see if it's in the same direction. So 160. So try a little bit higher, and okay. Do you think that's good enough? I think it's still a little bit less than on on the B. It's still a little bit less than the vector on A column. So then you reduce it, and then you reduce it to back. So then let me try 165, 5 degree more. So be patient when watching this. So then I think that's good enough. So on a B and on A is parallel, but B is still a little bit weak. So then they will do 100. So remember 100, okay, and at 165 degrees. So that's try to match it on A. So that's another. Then they will do 200. Oh, too much, right? Too much. So then another trick is too much. Then you do okay. So I want to be. So then you do negative and reduce, and it's all gone. But the good trick is you start 150. You start by 10 at a time. So you have to count. So from one, you know the direction, 165, but you add 10 at a time. So 10. Oh, that's a little dot. Okay. 20. So just remember how many times. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20. Oh, so now I miscounted, so I have to reduce to 0. So let me reduce everything back. Okay, I will count. Now I will add up. I just count how many. I will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, good enough. 13. So 130. So it's 130, I think. 130. Are they exactly the same? I think 130 is a little bit too big. Let me go down one. 120 is a little bit less. So there we'll go 125. So 125. So that's exactly, so 125. So this way I figured out 125. So that's the magnitude. So therefore, I will do a reduce to 0. So let's try. So 125. That's the magnitude. But I will go negative. So 125 negative. So that's, I totally added this much, and the negative, then it will be reduce the column B. See, it's all gone. So I guess. So all that is just try to figure out what exactly the magnitude and the angle in column A, because by matching with the same vector and here. So now I know it is this. So it is on A, it is actually 125 magnitude, 165 degree. So that looks to you. Yeah. In that case, I will put this a negative, which means opposite direction in the A direction, but now remember you have to click A. Once again, click A, and then now watch what's happening on A. I add a vector which is exactly 100 degree opposite to that. So then the negative sign is 180 degrees. So gone. So that's complete. And then see on this column it was gone. And how do you know that? I figure out it is 125 and 165 degree, and then I keep on matching it, make it 0, and then make a copy and on this screen and insert, don't make it very big, and insert into your Word document. Then that is done. So this, you will use the same trick for the next few labs. Alright, part B. So adding the vector to an empty row. That's pretty easy. Then you will insert your number here. So actually I insert the whole thing in all the B, C, and D in one screenshot. So basically you're adding a vector to an empty row. Say at 75 degree and 75 and 45 degree, that must be the first one. So now let me just do one more. Okay, B, adding a 75 at 45 degree to a empty row. It's a new game and easy one. Okay, so start. Well, so let me just empty rows. I choose row 5. Click 5. Let me choose row 3. So it's on the top. Row 3. So that's pretty easy. 75. So that's the magnitude at 45 degree. So this is just play 75 at 45 degrees. So on the row 3, watch what can happen is boom. So row 3, 75 degree. So that is done. You can make a screenshot on this, but you can continue doing this. Okay, let's see what we are asked to do next. Okay, C, B, another vector at another row. So 95 is the magnitude, but 135. Actually, 135 is northwest direction. So 135. So then do this. Let me add this to 135. Uh-oh, it's off. I'll bring it back. Let me choose row 2. So row 2, so 135 and what I said, 95. Now row 3, so 95, 135. Watch. So, okay, I wrote 2. Okay, slowly. There. So that's 95, the magnitude is stronger, but in a different direction, 135. So that's B. So you can do B and B to make a snap screenshot, but don't make a screenshot yet. Let's see what they want you to do. So, and then you want to have so number D is show the sum of this, A plus B. So which means this vector plus this vector. Okay, addition of two vector is again another vector. So this in another row of 2 in another empty row. So now you have to remember 75, 45, and then another one is 95, 135. So you put another row. So in my case, I have row 3, and then we choose row 1. So now on row 1, so I have now the sum of these two, which means the row column row 2 and row 3. So therefore, let me choose row 1. Okay, let me do A. So it's it is 75 and 45 degree. So that's same with that one. See this one? So 75, 45 and row 3. Yep. So multiply 4, 3, then and add another one. So then this time you don't change rows, but then you choose to be 95. 95. And then what is it? 135. Okay, adding on top of it. Okay, 135. 135. Then you have 135 on top of already there's another vector. Watch what's happening in row 1. Row 1. That's this. In other words, this vector on row 3 and added by this vector on row 2 equals or equivalent to a vector in this. Once again, adding two vectors resulting in another vector. So that's this. Once you have that and you did so the A, you would A plus B, that's C, and then you will be able to make a screenshot of this. So learn to make a screenshot. Shift S, a screenshot, and then that's your screenshot. So this is. So you will label this screenshot. So I think many of you did this, so you can. This is my screenshot. You can use a snipping tool on Windows or some other screen. So this is actually my. I'll do a screenshot of this. So okay, so this one. So this one is the screenshot we have. So then you remember, this one is my A. Use A, put a hat on top of it. And this one was my B. Okay, and then this 135, 95. And this vector is A plus B. I did both vector in the same row. So then you will have that. So once I have that, you don't have to change anything. Okay, you can only do this once you get a screenshot, and then go back to your here. So see, we have completed this B, C, and then D. So now you can replace this one with yours. Okay, so that's this one. So of course you can delete mine then. So that's D, and now what we want to do next? E, speeding of the blue ball as it come out. So then this is trying to set the field to some value. Now on part E, we asked to speed up the blue balls when they come out. Now this time you really need to have a new game, easy game, and start a new game. So now, and again, you need to clear out this part. Okay, and so you clear out this part, you need to practice to reduce this to 0, and like in part A. Once again, I want to eliminate what's on column D. I prepared on the E. I figured out it's actually in the 325-degree direction, and it's 90. So that if you do that, and it will be negative. So the negative, and that will be gone. And then this time you address D, and it will be gone. Once you prepare this, we are able to do part E. So we put a field that has the make speeding up. So that's 135 degrees. So this kind of blue cannon is in 135 degrees. Therefore, you do the field 135. So 100. So then 135 degrees. So 135, and then you would do here. That's 135. But you get still like a wind in that area, blowing in that direction. But you want to go in all the field. So you'll see here. That's pretty easy. Once you figure that out, okay, so that again is direction of 135. So now at least you know what direction is 135 degrees. So this will speed up then. So now, yeah, get your camera ready and take a video of one shot. So select the blue one. See, there is a little ball come out. Once you get here, the wind will blow this further. Take a video on this. Go. See the blue come? Whoa, see it's accelerating. And do it twice. Okay. And that's it for part E. So what's next? It's F. For the blue bars and decrease the speed to make it completely come back. So then you will mean the wind blows against blue bars. Therefore, should be the other direction. But actually, it's like 325. But in this case, it's opposite of 125 and 180. So then you can say, you can do this. You can even do a negative on here or change the angle. So now let's do change the angle. Okay, and so 325 plus 180, 135 plus 180 is 135 plus 180 is 315. So it's 315. So you add 315, which means the other one direction 100. Watch what happens. Boom. Okay, it's gone. So opposite. So then add to B. Boom. Add to the C. Boom. The opposite direction. Add to the D. Boom. Add to the E. But if you keep adding to the E, it will be doing opposite. Okay, and D. Okay, that's actually 355 because it's adding, clicking add, not just set. Okay, and of course it's 0 is equivalent to set. So that is opposite to the blue cannon. So now you shoot blue cannon, the object will go boom. Take a video. So it's go why? Because the wind blow it back, coming here and come back and actually going through bounce back. Of course, that's the part of the game. So you take a video on this. So the vector against it is a deceleration. Okay, and so the force. Now we had E speeding up or slowing down. Now number 3, making the green ball changing the direction. That's when the force, the vector, is not in line with the velocity. So making it go counterclockwise. And now I'm sure if you know counterclockwise, what does counterclockwise means? Counterclockwise actually means something turning like this way. That's counterclockwise. And clockwise, of course, is opposite. Okay, and counterclockwise, and then therefore you need, in this case, it could. So if you imagine, just use this case. If you shoot the blue one, there was a ball coming out of the green one here, and then so since this wind come this way, it will blow this. So that's sort of like curve counterclockwise, right? So now just do it once. So we can just use this. All right. So choose the green. Okay, and the green ball come up. You see? Oh, actually, I shoot that ball. Okay, and then you shoot again. A curve counterclockwise. Of course, this one is not so fun, but you can reset another one. Or I can just, in my case, I can just use this one. Okay, and of course you can, if you make the wind stronger, add to the E. Okay, you will see add more field, and D, add more, and then of course if you shoot the green, it will shoot turning. You can make a video of this. This is not so fun, but so that's it. Counterclockwise. Also make a red ball changing direction clockwise, which means it is not in line or opposite line with the red ball, but it's on the sideway. But this is perfect situation. Well, if you're lucky, and because it's starting with random, so the red ball changing directions, but now it's not in this case. Let me just do. I hate to do another one. Let me just do one more. So new game, start game. So the red ball changing direction, but unfortunately it's not. I can just use this one. So the red one will come out of this. See, the other one come out. Now it goes straight. So now I just have to set some field in here to let's below 135 direction. So it will change the directions. But I make it a little weak. So let me do 135. So 1 35 and 100. Let me make it weak so it's more interesting. Okay, make it like 80. So you see it's on D like this, and then we put it on E. So I'm going to shoot the red one and come out this way, and then on C probably that's good enough. By that time it's already turned. On B I just do the whole sphere, and then A actually will not reach that area. So now if I shoot A, you turn clockwise. So let's see if you go here, watch the red one. Whoa, it's going a curve, right? Once again, so that's what, and take a video on this. So because the force is, or the vector is different from the velocity vector. Velocity vector is this way along the diagonal, but the force is in the northwest direction, that way. So that will make the object turn in a clockwise direction this way. So see? Alright, so make a video on that, and then you can make it more effective, make the wind stronger, and make wind stronger, and make the wind even stronger, and even stronger, and you see the difference. Make another video going like this. Watch. Wow, it turned my quicker. There, see, it's supposed to go straight down, but then the wind blow. So that's I just wanted to see. That's the physics. Vector of the wind, that's the force, and then the vector of the velocity, and they are not in line, to the sideway. Actually, it's the vector and the acceleration that makes the velocity change. Once again, acceleration is the force that makes the velocity change. Acceleration has a lot to do with the velocity, but it's not the velocity itself, it's the change of the velocity. Watch. Whoa. Okay, take a video on that. Now the last one, you simulate the gravitational field and then all parallel vector wind to demonstrate, or all parallel wind vector, and let's gravitational field means the gravity, and all go down. I gotta be easy, okay? Now, okay, that's easy. Things we already know how to do. Once again, I clean the field and prepare for the gravitational field. All the vectors goes down. So everything goes down now as at 100 magnitude, 270 degree. Now I'm adding the last column. It's ready. So everything goes down, and the gravitational field, it will shoot the blue, so it's like the gravity, and it's like exactly like you toss a tennis ball in the air. So then the gravity force going down, it will instead of going straight, it will go and bring it down. See, watch it shoot the blue one. So gravitational field, boom. Cool, right? That's the gravity. So if there's no gravity, it will go. So the acceleration normally going down is 9.8 meters per second square, but then, so shoot. So now if you go this, so now if you make it weaker, so let's see, minus 50, okay, and minus 50, and then make it weaker, you see the gravity will be weaker. So here, so now the gravity weaker, and then this blue ball should shoot higher, okay? So watch, weaker, and go, acceleration, boom, and do that way, okay? And the gravity is weaker, and so now let me make a gravity stronger. Now I make the gravity stronger by adding more vector at 270 degrees, so stronger. Now I should bring about, see, wow, it's like you go to Jupiter. The gravity is stronger, you will not jump that high. So okay, bye. Alright, take a video on this. So this is really easy, just familiar with the vector, magnitude, and directions. And the force and the acceleration are related. Okay, the acceleration goes in the same direction as the force, but the velocity is be affected by the acceleration or by force. So don't confuse velocity and acceleration, even though they are very closely related. All right. Okay, take a video on this and send the link to in a file. Put a link here and the file. and then the final goal, and of course, is successfully shoot all the 3 targets. Okay, and now of course, so now that's actually, so if you shoot that target, you need, let's see, so that target is done, and let me shoot the green one. I shoot that one. See, let me shoot the red one for the other target. So, all right. So this goes too fast. So then I will reduce the field on A to the opposite direction. So let me shoot. That's actually the game part. Okay, and then we choose this, this, this little bit. So now if I shoot this red one, got it. Now you just have to shoot this one, the green. Let's shoot green to reach the third one. So, so what do you think? You should shoot this one, shoot the red, but they will not go through. All right, so then let me shoot the red one to get this one on the far right. So that'll be more fun for the game. So what I will do is I will let it pass. I will go the other way to make it like really a curve. So then now, no, not this way, and then I will make it less. Go up a little bit, and so that pass that one. See, I'll shoot the red ball. See what's happening. Boom. Whoa, whoa, it's there. And then I will try to guide the ball, red one, and then, okay, so now I will reduce what's in the B is weaker. You see, now I try to hit the other ball with the red one, it turn, but it's going that way. So what I do, I make it turn more. I make it look, I reduce the C to nothing. So see if it, C to nothing, and see it shoot. And then go further that way. Alright, so now I will reduce the D to a little bit less. Alright, and see it shoot. So if you go not that quick, so now I maybe reduce the B a little bit more. Try to see it. B, and okay, almost. Okay, and then I will reduce B further, probably. Okay, good. Almost, now, almost hit that one. So I will reduce D a little bit. Okay, you don't reduce too much. Okay, now, see, watch. Boom, it turns, go there, boom. Yeah, I complete the last part of that. Okay, here we completed all part of the lab, and the main point is to know the magnitude and direction of the vectors, and also the acceleration and velocity. Okay, if you have any questions, send me an email. Okay, bye bye.